Hey, and welcome to week 2 of Own Your Career series. Today, we talked about stuck isn't a strategy, staying where you are isn't a plan, it's a problem. We had a couple folks in. It was a lot of great questions. We did some LinkedIn type of connections towards the end. So we had a lot of fun. I hope that we can see you next week for our next one. But overall, I wanted to make sure that I did the recording as I did last time, just to make sure that it's clean and that you get everything you need when it comes to this particular topic. So let's move on to the next slide. So as I did last week, we're going to talk about the agenda. You're going to learn a little bit about me. If you are here again, apologies. You're going to learn a lot about me over the next 7 weeks because we truly do have folks coming into different ones. I want you to know why stuck isn't a strategy. We're going to identify patterns that are keeping you stuck. We're going to show you why staying comfortable is costing you opportunities. And we're going to take some simple actions to build momentum along with some conclusions. We're not going to do the QA and virtual networking, clearly, because this is a recording, but you will get the PowerPoint on a Google Drive. And you just use it. Use everything that I'm telling you in this. You guys, this is a great way to be able to grow and to truly transform your career and where it's going. All right, so about me, my name is Kay Allen Brownlee. I am the founder and owner of CareerSnobs. We are, I would say now, becoming like a career training organization in which I truly believe that I want to make sure that career training is affordable and accessible. I am a Fortune 20 exec. I have turned into a career advocate. I am still in the corporate space, but I do this on the weekends because this is my way of serving and giving back. My whole ideal now used to be, own your career, make it yours, and it still is. But I do want to make sure that career training is accessible for all. Hence the reason that I have these trainings on Eventbrite. And they're free of charge because I want to make sure that there should never be any limits when it comes to you and your growth. In my 15 years of being in talent and human resources, I have had the pleasure of being many roles, from recruiting to manager of recruiting, director of recruiting, head of recruiting, to over diversity, equity, talent management. So I know the inner workings when it comes to talent, and I love it with every fiber in my being. That's why I'm doing this. I've hired probably over 20,000 folks. That's not like me flexing or anything. That's for real. I've done class-based hiring. I've worked with some pretty huge organizations, and I'll be honest, I can honestly say I've seen and been a part of and applied in my own life what it takes to be successful. And that's why I'm here. So no fluff, no gatekeeping. I say this all the time. I know it's like fluff. I'm not padding this. I'm not putting all just extra stuff in to sound smarter and to be better. I'm telling you where I am, how I feel, and how we can become better together. I was telling the folks today that I am actually under the weather. And I told them if I could be here, surely you can. There's some cool tips in here. I hope that you get some great things from it for sure. All right, so our quote of the talk is growth begins the moment you decide staying the same is no longer an option. It is you saying, you know what, this isn't cutting it. This, wherever funk I'm in, no matter company, excited or not, this is not cutting it for me. And you take a step to make sure that whatever you're going through is not part of the options that you have on the list anymore, that you're willing to move forward and take any step you need to in order to get out of it. So let's go on to the introduction. Stuck isn't an option. When I think about how I frame up these talks, I like to be very specific about it. I like for it to hit hard in some cases because it isn't just standing still. It really is holding you back. It is like you putting up your own wall, and you see where you can go. You see the potential that you have, but you're stuck. You're like, am I good enough? Do I have the resources? It's so many things. And so I want you to think about this as we're going to tear down some walls today. We're going to tear down those things that really prohibit you from being able to get out of it. Because ultimately being stuck is costing you opportunities, momentum, confidence. When you feel stuck, you just day by day it dwindles away, right? I didn't mean to rhyme either. And so today we really want to change that. And I want you to recognize what's keeping you there, understand the price of staying comfortable, and learning small but powerful steps that can take you to create momentum. Because honestly, staying where you are, it isn't a plan, it is a problem. Yes, it is. It's a problem, and it's a problem that can be fixed. All right, so let's talk about the first piece, identifying the patterns of keeping you stuck. 3 points, right? Recognize repetitive habits, acknowledge limiting beliefs, and spot the comfort traps. Now, you all can read this clearly. So I'm going to go over them briefly on why, and my thoughts on it, right? So I want you to identify the behaviors or routines that's keeping you stuck. During the talk, I asked them, I said, how many people felt like they were stuck? Some people were like, I'm stuck. I am stuck. Some people were like, somewhat, so, I don't know. Like, are you stuck? Like, you saw this resonated with you, whether you were able to make it or not. It resonated with you. So what are you doing? What are the behaviors or routines that you're doing that aren't serving your growth? In my case, as I was growing, it was my attitude. It sucked, y'all. And it wasn't sucked because I was like, it sucked because I thought I was better than everybody. Like, I was like, I should be your boss. I should have a promotion. I should have this title. I should have that. Instead of creating a plan for myself in order to get there, I expected for everybody to lay out these luxurious plans for me, when in fact I haven't thought about any plan for myself. And though at times I felt like I was in a toxic environment, I was carrying on some of those toxic type of pieces because I became toxic and saying this job sucks, this person sucks. But eventually I had to get myself together. And it was hard. It's so hard changing your attitude and changing what people think of you. And so think about the things that are not serving you right now. Being mad when you're coming into work, not liking the boss, whether they're good or not, all those things, they're not serving you. And you need to ask yourself, is this moving me forward or just keeping me busy? Is it just keeping me rolling, keeping money coming in my pocket, which is cool sometimes, but we all know sometimes money isn't just the only factor. And so keep that in mind. Also acknowledge your limiting beliefs, right? Know that it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. And that imposter syndrome, the biggest offender is you. You're the imposter. You feel like you're the imposter. Nobody else is, a lot of times, aren't even thinking about you. And even if you were up to code and had everything that you needed, they're still going to doubt you. So at the end of the day, you have to be confident in who you are and what you do and contribute to know that I am worthy of this. I can do this, and I don't care who likes it or not. Right? So keep that in mind. Another big thing is perfectionism. Something I have dealt with for a long time until I was set myself free. And that was just sometimes you feel like everything has to be perfect to get started. And I was saying this week on LinkedIn, I read something where she was like, just start messy. Start messy. Start with the papers all over the desk. Start with the crazy posts. Start. The point, though, is to start. So make sure that the mental blocks don't become the barriers to momentum. And then spot the comfort traps. Listen, we have all been comfortable. If you feel safe and things are familiar, we have all seen in our world today how the world has shifted. It is no longer, I'm going to get this golden watch. Those who are young, do not even ask. I mean, this golden watch after 30 years and pick my gift and I'm out of there and I'm going to have a pension, and those things are gone. We have to be setting ourselves up to make moves the same way that companies do. It is okay. I think there's a respectable way to resign. There's a respectable way to let people go. But these days, they've all went by the wayside. The biggest issue I see when it comes to folks being let go is that they didn't feel like they had a plan. And that's why having a plan, I tell folks, please download the career map that I have on the Stand Store. Please make sure you do those things because it's free, number one, and I intentionally made it free. And it allows you to see where you're comfortable, where you're not comfortable, where you're going, where you want to go. And it allows you to start making a plan for yourself. When you start making a plan for yourself, and when you actually do, you can then work with other people to help you get there. But if you don't have a plan for yourself and you're mad because other people are not making it for you, then you really need to look within yourself and figure out why. All right. Next, why staying comfortable is costing you opportunities, missed growth potential, lack of visibility, and time you'll never get back. Listen, comfort zones, it is basically saying, I don't want to fail. I don't want challenges. And it does prohibit you from growing your skills, your confidence, and career. I kind of stated this in the last one. Sometimes I like to circle back. A lack of visibility when you are very comfortable. And I had a really cool case during the call where a young lady was saying she's been at her company. She's a company rock star. And it's hard in thinking about moving somewhere else. And that is because the lack of visibility. We must be linking up with other people in our industry. We must be looking at other companies and following what they're doing. We must be doing personal development to make sure that we are growing without the permission of our company, whether they invest in us or not, because those are the things that allow us to make those bold moves. And then also considering the time you'll never get back. Every moment you spend doubting, not changing, just delaying progress is the time you'll never get back. It's funny because I like the fact that I put comfort zones are thieves in disguise. They are. It's so sneaky. Comfort zones can hurt you in so many ways, and they do hurt us. And it's something that we do have to consider, guys. So just make sure that when you delay, the moments that you're delaying, the years that we've all spent in positions knowing we should be doing something else, it's time we'll never get back. So keep that in mind. All right, simple actions you can take today to create forward momentum. I need you to set a micro goal. On the call, I said it was a huge thing. If you're watching this right now, that is huge. If you even signed up right now and you came, that's huge, right? So that was a goal. That's a micro goal. I just want to see what this lady is talking about. Dice. We're good. But now, this week, I want you to think about another one. Think about another one that aligns with your long-term vision. It may be just to download the career map. It may be to have a call. It may be who knows what. I was telling them on the call, I said, I don't pull anybody's arm when it comes to their career. I'm here for it. And once we're in it together, we're in it together. But if I pull your arm now, I will be dragging you through my process and my program. So I don't do that. I make sure that you are ready. Your mind is ready, your heart is ready, and that you are ready to bounce out of that comfort zone. So just make sure that when it comes to this micro goal, what is it? Is it sending an email? Is it making a connection, trying something new? Is it connecting with me? Who knows? Or somebody else? Who knows? But make sure you do it. I want you to say yes also to the thing that scares you this week. What is it? Is it talking to your boss? Is it getting to know a little bit more about them? Is it looking at other jobs and thinking that the world is going to see it? I don't know what it is, but just keep that in mind. Growth lives on the other side of discomfort, so make sure that you're on the other side of it, okay? And then reassess your priorities. Take a step back to map out your world and make sure that you evaluate what truly matters to you. I want you to align your daily actions with those priorities, and create some meaningful progress. We went through this fast, y'all. I told you the replay is fast. All right, conclusions. 1, staying stuck isn't a strategy, it's a choice. Yes, it's a choice. Now you know. You need to make sure you know and you go forward. You move forward. You know you are no longer in the dark about what to do when it comes to being stuck. Every step you take, no matter how small, builds momentum, and the key is to move forward. Okay. Point 2, comfort zones are costly. Like I said, your time is your most valuable resource that you have. So you want to make sure the longer you stay in comfort zones, the longer it's going to cost you, right? The more time you're going to give up that you can't get back. So make sure that you step out of what's familiar and say yes to the opportunities that challenge you. And 3rd, action beats perfection every time. If you don't have to have it all figured out. You really don't. Start small, start messy, just start. Oh, we got through this. Less than 15 minutes, might I add. Really quick, future events, all on Eventbrite. We have the 18th, play bigger and stop settling. The 25th, take bold actions, get real results. Step up or step aside, February 1st. We are going through this. This is our second one, and we're moving on to the third one. All of these are free, no price to you. This is what I'm about. I'm about serving. I know that in my case, it will be brought back to me 1,000-fold, and that's not why I do it. I just know where I was when I was stuck, and I've been stuck previous and recently, but I know that we can get through this together. So that's why I'm doing this, because I want to build a community in which we get unstuck together. All right, last, visit our Stan store, our website. You can scan this right here, this thing right underneath me. This is called my Stan store. If you haven't heard of it, it's just a nice place you can go and put all your stuff. It has the career map, as you can see right at the top. I'll just bam, right at the top. The YouTube channel, which is free, I'm growing it. These resources have been here. It's 20-some videos on there. I'm not trying to become an influencer. I'm trying to have impact, okay? The events, you already know how to get there, but this is to our CareerSnobs page, and the Power Moves newsletter, which is all on LinkedIn. I make sure that I keep you within the same ecosystem. I don't drag you through different things, so keep that in mind. I also have a $99 Own Your Career course. It takes you through all of this, from discovering who you are, your desires, making sure that we create a design plan for you. You learn how to build a resume. You learn how to do your LinkedIn profile. You learn so much. So yes, that is like my quick, I won't say my quick fix. That is my economical fix when it comes to those who want to grow but may not have it just yet. And then I have a coaching experience. So if you feel comfortable and you're like, I need a little bit more, or if you want to talk about it first, please reach out. I have so many spots when it comes to that. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I have other clients. And so I want to make sure I balance it accordingly, but make sure that you schedule a call if that is something that you would like to do as well. All right, no Q&A, folks, and no virtual networking. But if you come on next time, you could totally do it. We're creating a beautiful community, and I am excited and all for it. It has been my pleasure today. Thank you for joining me for week 2. Stuck isn't a strategy. I will see you next time. My name is Kay Allen Brownlee, the founder of CareerSnobs. Please connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff, and check out the course, if nothing else. All right, y'all, I will see you next week at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart for joining us this week. Take care.